All right, so welcome to part two of this video. So let's continue talking about the chord tone soloing concepts for bar 30 to 37. So I want to talk about the D7 sharp 5 chord. So this chord is really just a 5 chord of the G minor. So a 5 chord has the tendency to move back to the 1. So music is really about two things, I believe. It's really about tension and release. So you try to build tension in your phrase, you release them, and then you repeat the cycle. Because if you only have tension, then people will feel uneasy listening to your music. But if you only have release, there's no tension at all in your music, then it's not fun to listen to. So, one harmonic tool to achieve that in music is to play the 5 chord and play the 1 chord. So the 5 is actually tension. It provides the tension. And that's why we add all these alterations to it to make it even more dissonant than it already is. So the D7 is kind of like, if I stop here, you would think that I haven't finished my job yet. So, but when I resolve that to the G minor, you feel at home. You feel the job is done. I finished my song. So anyway, the chord we deal with here is D7 sharp 5, but it doesn't matter. Sometimes, in most cases, the alterations are really just a way to spice up a chord. I would just treat it as a D7 chord. Alright. Alright, but it has a nice voice leading to it in this song. So if you hit the sharp 5 is actually just grabbing the B flat here. So you have the D, F sharp C, skip one string, top E, you grab the B flat here. And then you go to the G minor. So very nice voice leading. And for the D7 sharp 5, you might want to prepare yourself for some prefabricated line to deal with this kind of situation. So that's what jazz musicians study. So I have one line for you in two positions. So on the D7, if you want to really bring out the chord change in your line, so you can hit the F sharp here, you hit the A, the D, the D. They're really just chord tones if you look at it. So I'm starting on the 3rd with the chord, hit the 9, hit the 5th, hit the 7th, hit the root here. Okay. And then I play the D again with these two notes in front of it. And you play the root here, you feel that I resolved the line. So that's one way to do it. And another position that you want to learn it in is this one. So so you have the 9th fret on the A, the 7th fret on the A, on the D, 10th fret C on the D again, and then 7th fret. So you can add some grace note to the to this note. So there are a lot of ways that you can spice this up. So what I did there was chromatic C. All right. Lots of ways to do it. So that's a way to bring out the harmony of the chord progression. So get this line on your fingers and try to create something with it, something like that. So that's definitely a very good musical tool to use in your own soloing. So moving on, I want to discuss a little bit about the B flat, the B major 7. So for example, in bar 32, you have the so I want you to think of it as just a passing chord. So it approaches the B flat one step from above. But if you study some theory, you will notice that in a lot of cases, when we do that, it's usually a dominant 7 chord. So B7, B dominant 7. So you have the A here instead of the A sharp. The reason is it's actually B7 is actually a flat 5 substitution for the 5 chord, which is the F7. Alright, so I don't want to go into too much details about the theory, and I think it's not really necessary to explain that in this video. But what I want you to understand is for this particular chord, you can actually use a B. For this particular part, you can actually grab the B. Dominant 7 flat 5 arpeggio to bring out that sound. So actually use that in the first solo. So what you can do here is you hit the B, you hit the major third, which is the E flat or the D sharp, and then you hit the F, and then so I'm using my second finger, first finger, third finger, and then the first finger on the A, and then the third finger here. So I have this B. Dominant 7 flat 5 arpeggio, and then A and B here. So and then I just resort it back to the B major here. Use the chord after all is a B major, so you can use it as well. And then I resolve to the F, which is a chord tone of the B flat major. I was just looking for the closest chord tone that I can hit. Which is from the B flat major chord. So I'm looking to target chord tones from B flat major with least movement. So after I did that, I noticed, okay, so I have the F here. So and I took a detour here with this note. All right. That's one good way to cover that, but you don't have to do that every time. It's sometimes I just ignore the B major 7 here. So because if you listen to it, all right. So you don't have to really cover that every time, and occasionally we'll make chords that's just really too short, and occasionally we'll cover them with chord tone soloing concept. So it's really up to you. And the last thing that I want to talk about in this part is the E9 sharp 11 chord. So you have the chord here. It's so the way that I finger it, you can play the E here, you can play the D here, the F sharp, and then the A sharp with your first finger. So 7 fret, skip a string, G 7 fret, B 7 fret, top E 6th fret. All right. So it really just it's just a passing chord again, moving to the E flat major of section F. So all right. So again, so this time we're actually dealing with a dominant 7 chord here, and I think a arpeggio would suffice. When it comes to covering the sound of this chord. So you'll hear me play this arpeggio quite a bit when I hit this chord. So it's basically an E dominant 7 chord arpeggio. So E, G sharp, and then the C is really just the augmented 5th, and then the F, the E. And then another way to do it, which is pretty I would say interesting, is you shift the whole thing. So anyway, this arpeggio covers the chord definitely. It's basically the chord. So if you shift the whole thing by one step, up, shift the whole thing up 1 fret. Okay, let's check out the note. So you have the F. Let's check out from the bottom up. So you have the F, which is really a flat 9. The A, the 4th, and then you have the 6, and then you have the flat 9 again. So flat 9, 4th, the 6, the all right. So you have pretty dissonant tones there, and it would actually still work over the chord, but it would just sound really dissonant. And you can't wait to get to the next chord tone. But it works here because a dominant semichord is supposed to be dissonant, so it will work here actually. And if you feel brave enough, you can actually try that in your own soloing. And I think use that in the first solo. All right. So that's it for section E. So that's the end of this two-part of part 2. This is part 2. Sorry. So this is part 2, video 2 for section E. So check out these concepts again. Make sure you get them, and I will see you in the next video.